Let's begin. Today's July 1st, 2024, and we're doing the Daily Turing Machine Puzzle. So today's puzzle uses the following 6 criteria cards. Criteria card 4, 5, 9, 17, 21, and 22. And the puzzle uses the green verification cards. The code above is your ticket to getting more information on today's puzzle by searching it on turingmachine.info. Let's go solve. So on the grid above, we've got our 6 criteria cards, criteria card A, criteria card B, criteria card C. On the bottom row, we've got criteria card D, criteria card E, and criteria card F. Criteria card A looks at the middle digit, the square digit, and we'll be comparing it to the number 4. So should the value of square be less than 4? Should it be equal to 4? Or should it be greater than 4? Criteria card B looks at our first digit, the triangle digit, and the Turing Machine will let us know whether that value should be an even or an odd digit. Criteria card C looks at our 3-digit solution, and the Turing Machine will let us know how many of those digits should be 3. Are there no 3s? Is there a single 3? Perhaps there could be 2, or all 3 are 3. Criteria card D again looks at our 3-digit solution, and the Turing Machine will let us know how many of those digits should be even. Should there be 0 even, 1 even, 2 evens, or perhaps even all 3 are even? Criteria card E again looks at the 3-digit solution and will let us know a little bit about its structure. Specifically, if there is a pair of digits, as in the example 131, or alternatively, there is no pair. And there are 2 cases where all the digits are distinct, as in the example 134, or all digits are the same digit, as in the example 222, a single digit repeated 3 times. And finally, criteria card F will let us know something about the order of the digits from triangle, square to circle. Should they be in ascending order, meaning that they are increasing? Should they be in descending order or decreasing? Or potentially they have no order. And remember, the objective of today's puzzle is to find that one unique 3-digit solution that abide by all the 6 criteria cards we just described. Well, let's begin with the initial proposal of 314. So the first thing I want to test is I want to know whether that first digit is an even or an odd. So I'm going to test criteria card B. Okay, so the Turing Machine responds that it does not approve of my digit for triangle. I chose an odd 3. So since the Turing Machine does not agree with that, it's letting me know that, in fact, triangle should be an even digit. So let me go ahead and type that up in section B. And so since it is an even digit, that means I can go ahead and cross out all of the odds for triangle. 1, 3, and 5. Okay, so looking at the rest of the criteria cards, let me go ahead and test criteria card E and see if there's a pair or there is not a pair. Okay, so the Turing Machine responds that it does agree with my proposal. Notice that 314 uses all distinct digits, meaning there is no pair. So let me go ahead and write that out in section E. And since there are no pairs, again, technically they could be all distinct, or it could be a single digit repeated 3 times. So if that were the case, then you would know that there were all 3s. And so, well, let's see, is that true? Well, it could be that there are no 3s. Yeah, I guess technically maybe you wouldn't know any of those details. Well, we do know that triangle is even. So there you go. If you know that triangle's even, then you would know that there are in fact 3 evens. So I think that would then mean that that card would be superfluous. Okay, so I think we are safe to say that they are no pairs. Okay, so going on with that, since we do have a single even and they're all distinct, that means at best I would have either 1 or 2 evens. So that would be an 50-50 for criteria card D. And let's see. So yeah, I think because it'd be nice to know if there was an even, that in round 2 I can then test if there is a single odd, would it be 3? So let me go ahead and test criteria card D, the number of evens. Okay, so it does not approve of my proposal where I have a single even. Now remember, we already know triangles even, so it's telling me that no, there's 1 isn't enough. So that means that there should be in fact 2 evens, and again, because there are no pairs, at most it's 2 evens. So I should be able to deduce that there should be 2 evens in the solution. So I'm going to write down that I deduce there are 2 evens, and because they're distinct, it should be a 2, a 4, and then an odd. Okay, well that does it for this turn. So we're going into the phase where we're going to be discussing and talking about how to construct a good second round proposal. And so we do know that we do have 2 evens. Criteria card A, which we did not test, there is a square, could be a 4, or maybe a 2, which would make it less than 4. And we haven't tested the number of 3s. So at this point, since we've deduced that there are in fact 2 evens, that means that either the 3 is there or it's not. So that means it's a 50-50. And then of course we've got criteria card F, which tells us a little bit about the order of the digits. So it could be that the triangle may be 2, and then square is 4, which would then force circle to be an odd. So if it were 3, 2, 4, 3, or it could be that because perhaps the order, there is no order, that it would be 2, 4, and something less than 4, but without a 3 it could be a 1. So let me go do that. Let me try 2, 4, 1. Okay, so let's test criteria card A to see if it is square is indeed 4 or not. Okay, so it is not a 4. So let's go ahead and type that up. So we know it's not a 4. It doesn't mean that it's not even, but all we can say for sure is that it's not 4. So we'll say that triangle is either less than 4, less than, or let's just do it this way, or greater than 4. So let's see. And I guess let's go ahead and test criteria card C to see if there is a 3 or not. Okay, so it does not approve of my proposal where I don't have a 3. So that means there in fact is a 3. So let's go ahead and write that up in section C, that there is a single 3-digit. Okay, so at this point it's either square or circle. And so let's see. When it comes to order, well, we have 2, 3 if square is 3. So it would be 2, 3, I guess 4, which would mean that circle would be the even. And that would be the only thing, which seems like it may not be true, because it almost forces it to be a 4 rather than sort of deciding, if that makes any sense. So 2, 3, 4. What if it were 2, 5? Same thing, it almost forces circle to be 4. So maybe perhaps then it would be 4, 2, 3 as a solution. So let's go ahead, since we're not sure about any of these other ones, let's go ahead and test criteria card F and see if there is no order. Okay, so it does agree that there should be no order to the solution. So I think what we'll do is let's write out all the possible solutions and see if there's one that kind of stands out. So let's begin with triangle being 2, and because there are no duplicates, that would mean that, yeah, square would have to be 3, which would then force circle to be 4, but that is ascending, so it can't start off with a 2, so it has to be 4. And similarly, if it's a 3, then again that forces circle to be 2, but that's descending, so that can't be true. So that means it would have to be 4, 2, and we deduce that the 2 must be less than 4, and that then would force circle to be 3. Does that make sense? So we said, yeah, 2, 3, 4, that's ascending. 4, 3, 2, that's descending. Yeah, 4, 2, 3. Okay, well, let's type it up. Okay, my computer's lagging a bit. There we go, a little bit of progress. Not sure why it's lagging this much. There we go. Where did it end up? Okay, there we go. Now it's reacting a little bit better. All right, so let's go to turingmachine.info and verify. So 4, 2, 3. Let me just double check. Yes, 4, 2, 3. Verify. Fantastic. But again, let's actually query the Turing machine, see how we did. So we did use all 6 criteria cards, which is a good indication that, you know, at worst we'll tie. So it looks like when we tested BDE, the last one was the only one that was correct, and then we did ACF. All right, so BDE, was correct, and then A, C were incorrect, and F was correct. So let's go ahead and test or query the Turing machine. As expected, yes, we definitely tied with it, but that's a win. So a very interesting puzzle, to say the least. But nonetheless, it went very well. So if you have any comments, please do add them. And if you did enjoy the video, please give it a thumbs up. Otherwise, if you don't want to miss any future videos, please do hit subscribe. Well, until next time, we'll see you then.